Welcome back to Good Morning Oakcrest. I'm Tamika Harris, and I'm excited to talk about our topic today. Moustaches for Kids Baltimore was founded in 2008 and set a national mustache record for the best inaugural growing season. Where do I find this stuff, right? Well, I actually happened to be on a personal errand on the weekend or last week and ran into Coach Dante Samuel. I was going into an Apple store for something, and I looked to my left and found this gentleman with this most impeccable beard. Asked him his question. I said, "Sir, you have a fantastic beard. I hope you have a great day." He called me back. He said, "Young lady, I'm doing this for charity." And I said, "Really? Well, tell me more about it." And so I invited him here on set with us today. Coach Dante Samuel, welcome to Good Morning Oakcrest.
Thank you. Pleasure.
Yeah. And I learned today that you brought by Pranav Saha, who is actually over the Moustaches for Kids Baltimore.
Absolutely.
In fact, you started that chapter.
Yeah, I did found the Baltimore chapter.
Yeah,
right.
Well, gentlemen, welcome.
Thank you.
I think this is something that's very interesting, how we can use our personal hair to make a difference.
That's right.
I mean, I'm one who has hair changes all the time, but never down here in this region. So when I found out about this organization, I completely was floored about what you're doing for the community. So, Coach Dante, we'll get to you in just a second.
Sure.
But Pranav, if you don't mind telling us about why you started this chapter in Baltimore of Moustaches for Kids.
Absolutely. So back in 2008, I was visiting some friends in New York, and they were wearing a shirt that said Moustaches for Kids. I said, "That's a silly name, silly shirt, And they said, no, it's a real thing. We raise money for New York City schools." Mm-hmm. And as they told me more about it, I realized that this is a really interesting idea, that it just gets gentlemen to volunteer to shave clean on day one. So, Coach, that's going to have to go. Sorry. And for a month, grow a mustache. And basically look silly in front of all your coworkers, your significant others, your family, your friends.
But it's a conversation starter.
And exactly that. Use it to start a conversation about what we're doing.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So, in fact, it did start a conversation, right? In Apple and Towson.
Yes.
He was minding his business. I came in to dash in for just an item. And I looked and I was like, wow. You see a lot of men who have beards, but they're not well kept. Well, Coach Dante's was impeccable. I mean, my goodness, it's almost as if someone was plucking hairs out themselves. And I was, very intrigued about this entire thing. And he definitely called me over. He said, "Young lady, let me tell you a little bit about what's going on." And we just had a good conversation. Coach Dante, how you feeling today, man?
First of all, it's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah.
Secondly, I want to say happy belated Grandparents' Day. It was yesterday.
Great. Yeah.
And being a grandparent myself, I want to make sure I show respect.
Okay, great.
But I feel pretty good. School day was pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, how long have you been growing this beard here that you have?
The end of January.
Oh, so it's been going on over 9 months.
Some people have babies in that time, right?
Yeah.
And this is my baby.
Yeah, wow. So why did you decide to become a part of Moustaches for Kids?
Well, there's a paraprofessional at my school by the name of Arshay Bacon. And she pulled me up one day and said, "Hey, they're doing a great thing, Moustaches for Kids. And I know you're pretty zany, you'll be able to do it." And I said, "Okay." So I went and I shaved in front of all my students in my gym. And and felt so clean, and I'm like, wow. And I met, Prana that night. I came down there and I showed him some pictures, and he said, "You did this for us? Oh my goodness." I don't know if you remember that.
I do.
We were at Heavy Seas. And it was just, and what he was doing was phenomenal, because each one of us have been in school, and we sometimes say, "Hey, I wish I had a chance to volunteer. I wish I had a chance to give back." And this was a perfect time. Now, I'm doing my job, I'm giving back, but why not give more?
Right.
And when Pranav said it, and he's the leader, and he said, "Okay, this is what we're going to do." And I love leaders when they lead.
Yeah.
And he does a phenomenal job with putting us in positions to make sure that we can do right by the kids of Baltimore City.
There's a picture of you two hugging kind of together with another young lady. Is she a part of Moustaches for Kids?
Depends which lady we're talking about.
Well, let's take a look at it. It's right here.
Oh, yeah, that's my girlfriend, Kristen.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that was over the summer, and every summer the Bowie Bay Sox invites our last year's Mustaches for Kids winner to throw out the first pitch.
Okay.
And that was Coach Dante. So he was out in the field throwing out the first pitch for the game.
Oh, cool.
And I threw a strike.
That's right.
I threw a strike.
Cool. Cool.
So they're quite, a lot of fame comes with winning the Mustaches for Kids competition.
Well, I know that the mustache you grow, and I know men cut it, you know, they shave every day, or
Yes.
I don't know how men do it. I've never watched my husband, like, you know, tend to his beard.
Right.
But it's something that most men discard. But you guys choose to use it as a tool to be more than a conversation starter, though, too. Your end result is what?
Absolutely. So we are partnered with DonorsChoose.org. They're a national organization that helps get supplies and needed materials into the classrooms.
Okay.
So a teacher can go online and submit a project for what they would like to do. It could be as simple as, I need a new set of reading books for my classroom, or a new set of microscopes, or something as complicated as, I would like to take my class on a field trip to a museum.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then when people talk to us and talk to us about our mustaches and we convince them to donate, they get to choose what they're donating to, exactly which classroom, exactly which project. And when that project is fulfilled, they get pictures, they get letters back from the classroom to see exactly where their money went and how it helped.
Wow, it's a different spin on what we call crowdfunding nowadays.
Yes, absolutely.
Where folks kind of go online and rally around a cause and donate to that cause.
Yeah.
It still bugs me, though, although this is great, it still bugs me that we don't have enough money in our school systems to take care of this.
Absolutely. And we recognize that, and we wish this wasn't a problem that we had to address.
Right, like where is
Yeah.
the money going
Yeah.
if we're
And-
getting gambling money and all of that?
Yeah, and Coach and I are both Baltimore City residents. Coach is in the school system as a teacher, and we love the city, we love the kids, and we want to see everyone be successful.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's challenging to see the projects that get posted. Sometimes teachers say, my kids don't show up with pencil and paper. I need 1,000 pencils to get through the year.
Wow.
So
Yeah. Coach, I know you work with a lot of young people.
Yes, I do.
So we have tons of pictures of them. But,
Okay.
you know, tell me about your commitment to young kids. Why is it that you have this burning desire to help?
Well, I've been working with the youth for 27 years.
Wow.
Ever since Blue Chip In, they call it YouthWorks now, but it was Blue Chip In to Commonwealth, and you know, just the combination. And being in college, and I said, man, I don't know what I want to do. And I had good grades. I'm on the dean's, you know, list and everything. I just didn't know what I wanted to do. And I got turned to the Y of Central Maryland, and I got a job at the Y. And that I was at a school, and then I was there with a group. Well, actually, there was a coach there, and his name is Coach Alexander, and he was at a school, and I said, man, I want to do what you're doing. So it turned out it was Sports for Kids. Sports for Kids changed their name to Playworks, and everything changed. Just to work with the children, just to see them grow up, just to see, you know, some of the things that Prana said that they just don't have, which they should have. They should have the ability to have, you know, a great upbringing, and the least thing they should have to worry about are family issues or issues that's evolved and that's around them. And I'm very passionate about it. You know, just to see them. I love working with kids. I love calling them chicken nuggets. I love sprouting them up. I love just to, you know, work with children. And this is a perfect example. You know, when, like I told you, I met Prana, and Prana said, this is what I'm doing. I said, oh my goodness. And I met other teachers that are participants in the Mustache for Kids campaign.
Well, let's go through a couple pictures, because
Sure.
folks have to see both of you in your glory, your mustache glory. Pranav, let's start with you first. There's a picture of you. I declare, when I saw it, I almost fell over. Please tell me what is going on with this outfit.
So running Mustaches for Kids is just my volunteer interest. But this past year, I worked quite a bit in Germany for my real job, and while in Germany, bought a pair of lederhosen.
Look at you.
And our final event for Mustaches for Kids is called Stash Bash, and it is literally a mustache-themed beauty pageant.
Oh,
With
okay.
costumes highly encouraged. And there you see the whole group, all in costumes.
Oh, wow.
You see Coach at the bottom with his winner's
So
trophy.
this is what you won, Coach,
Yes,
right?
That's right.
Yes.
Because tell us, how did you win? And If you don't mind, Chris, that's the picture right before this one of him. Yeah, right there.
That was the next day.
Yeah.
No, actually, that was Monday. The Stash Bash was on a Saturday. What happened, I went in as Coach Hines from Mad TV fame. So if you've ever watched Coach Hines, he was eccentric, but he was the typical coach. He had his socks up to his knees. He had the bikey pants with you can put the hands in the pocket, Buck Showalter. Like, get him out of here. But, just the tight shirt, the whistle, the stopwatch, everything I wanted to emulate for that. And I figured I'm a coach, I can do it, and I've had plenty of coaches and laughed at them. But winning the Stash Bash, it consisted of, first of all, it was judged by the Raven cheerleaders and the Charm City Roller Girls.
Oh, wow.
And some of the things that you had to win was you had to have the best feeling mustache as far as texture.
Oh.
You had to have, you had to win the poetry portion, which my poetry knocked them out.
Okay.
It had to, you had to introduce yourself as far as have something to introduce yourself with, and I did that. And then you had to dance.
Aha.
Right, if I got everything correct.
Yeah.
And your personality probably took it all the way.
I came down there with two people. Two. I had a friend that was a teacher and a friend that's a photographer, and I'm saying, other participants coming with dozens of people. And I said, oh my goodness. I said, look at this. And they called my name last. I said, really? Me? Oh. So I said, just to go up there and participate with the final five.
Yeah.
And then it came down to the final two. And,
Yeah.
just the person, the person involved with that, they're awesome. But that's how I want it.
We talk a lot about, or at least I bring a lot of folks on set that talk about education every once in a while. And we understand that, of course, academics play a huge part. That's the reason why you're in school, first of all. And then you have, some programs like music and all that. But sports is another huge area, I'm sure, Coach, that plays a huge part in, at least if not young women are involved or interested, I'm sure young men are, and it plays a huge role,
Yes.
probably in both of their lives.
Yes.
I know recess was something that, gosh, we looked forward to, but now school systems are changing where recess has to kind of be contracted out to
Playworks.
to Playworks.
Correct.
Yeah. So tell us about Playworks real quick.
Well, with Playworks, as I mentioned to you earlier, that we're inside of the school system working with kids. In Baltimore, we're within 24 schools, and we run recess collectively to make sure that everything is a fine oiled machine.
You have a mission here that says Playworks is to improve the health and well-being of children by increasing opportunities for physical activity and safe, meaningful play.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So where kids typically will go out, if you remember recess, kids went out, they settled all their disputes there.
Yes.
They went on and did all types of things. And what we do, we have foursquare, switch, wall ball, kickball, football. I see y'all jumping now. Y'all want, oh my goodness, I'm gonna go play. But we can play a game right now if you want. But that's what we do. And with Playworks, we run not just the recess portion, but we also bring in class game time, which is like a gym class,
That's
but
nice.
but better
Yeah.
in my opinion because it's inclusive.
Right,
And we
right.
preached inclusion with Playworks.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So we have before school recess. We have after school programs.
Because
bunch of other things.
children need that energy to kind of come out of them so that they can learn in the daytime.
Yeah.
Pranav, are you in the school system?
I'm not.
You're not,
No.
but you have been involved with children, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So growing up, my mom ran a daycare out of the house. I
Yeah.
grew up with kids.
Kids got to run around.
Absolutely.
They've got to share that expression. So I know you're involved with Playworks, and I know you two are involved with Moustaches for Kids Baltimore. What can we expect from Moustaches for Kids in the future? Pranav?
Yeah, so again, this year we get started October 1st. Hopefully we'll get as many volunteers as we can to shave with us and grow with us.
Good.
And we've been we're a smaller city than New York and San Francisco, but we fight with the big cities, and we've raised almost $175,000
wow.
since we've been around. And
Just
that's
over hair.
just over here, just 4 weeks at a time, once a year. Absolutely.
Yeah. So it was really fortunate that I got to catch Coach Dante because he's actually about to shave his beard.
The beard.
The beard. And when will you shave it?
October 1st.
October 1st.
He said that's right.
Yeah, so it starts a new era for you, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
I would
You'll
definitely
be shocked at how fast it grows back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have it back
But
by
hopefully
Thanksgiving.
you'll be back to tell us more about this. And if residents are interested in learning more about Mustaches for Kids, can you give us the phone number that can reach
Absolutely. They can reach me. I'm the founder of Mustaches for Kids at 301-693-4715.
you? One more time.
301-693-4715.
And you have a website.
We have a website. Easiest way to find it is just Google Moustaches Baltimore, and we're the very first link.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Pranav and Coach Dante, thank you two so much for coming on the set, telling us about Mustaches for Kids, as well as Coach Dante, thank you for telling us about Playworks as well.